If you're still chasing low red lines in solar, you are the problem. You are. It's not the dumb installers and the dumb contractors that figure it out. It's the sales guys that hold the power. Like they know that. That's the game. Your job is to hold the power. You're a master negotiator. You're a master communicator. You should be able to come to the table and win, right? That's what you do. You should be a negotiator. That's what solar salesmanship is, especially solar sales, right? We're used to 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, whatever it takes to get the deal done and to get it closed. We should not be at any point surprised that that guy is going to sit down with the electrician and the contractor and negotiate the best terms for him. And if the guy was actually good at being an electrician, if he was actually good at wiring, and if he ever had an engineering brain, he's not going to be a master negotiator, right? That's the whole point, is the master negotiators have to hire those guys because you can't be both. You can't be a master of all trades. Is that right? It's jack of all trades, master of none. So we're talking about master negotiators sitting down with master electricians, and the master negotiators always negotiate terms that are favorable to them, but they don't understand construction. They don't understand business. They don't understand solar. They don't understand warranties. And a lot of times the construction companies don't either. It's hard to even fathom what 10 years of maintenance on a battery looks like with CTs in Fresno. No one's done it. There's not a good curriculum or good understanding of what that actually looks like. So you go in, you negotiate, like, well, I want to keep my crews busy, but I'm only going to be making $3,000. No, you're not. The $3,000 is what it would cost to honor your warranty. Maybe just to pass inspection. In most, some of these cases, or how many cases go wrong? How many cases do you do the install and then they need an MPU? How often do they claw back because the homeowner was non-compliant and wouldn't help you get PTO? How often do you have any issues that lead to any monetary? That's all the cost of doing business. So your profit is not the money after materials and labor. Your profit is whatever it costs to do all that and stay in business, because that's what your promises are. You promise in your contract to do that. So you wonder why people think solar sucks. You wonder why solar sales reps don't get paid. You wonder why people have $500,000 pipelines of deals that don't get installed. You wonder why Titan's gone out of business, Lumio failed, Sonova failed, SunPower failed. You sit and you wonder why, or maybe even dumber would be that you don't wonder why. Even dumber would be that you get into solar and you don't think about why every other solar company failed, or why all your buddies are in a terrible situation. Even in power, MPWR was just a dealer and they still failed, because you get to a certain size, you start running all your deals with Titan, and Titan doesn't work out because the Mosaic doesn't work out, or because Sonova didn't work out, or Infinity had a $1 billion pipeline in California and they took $600,000 from me. Core Energy couldn't figure out batteries and they took $400,000 from me. Like, these are lessons that I've learned with my money, and I'm lucky to be in business, right? There's no luck about it, but I don't know who else would have been. Who else would have sacrificed all their sales commissions to keep their EPC in business because they saw a long-term vision of what they wanted to build? I don't know. If you're in solar and you don't understand these problems, you don't consider, why do solar companies fail? You don't consider, why are customers unhappy? You don't consider, why is it so common to have receivable sold deals that don't actually turn into money? Then don't expect to have a good time. And if you don't consider that, don't expect to understand when I give you the answers for you to be able to comprehend it. Oh, well, this guy gave me a lower red line. Okay, go experience that. I don't need you to experience this. I would much rather have a business that I feel proud about. And that doesn't even get into the ethics of it, right? So this is all getting into why I charge 20% of the commissions. The first one is, right, the construction company needs to be 20% profitable. You can't move $100,000 just to make 20% profitability from a red line, right? Like, you're 20% profitable at your red line. You need to be 20% profitable on all of your revenue, because you're susceptible to clawbacks on all of your revenues. Also, it's just ethical. Like, if you're going to charge the homeowner a premium, I'm okay with it. Solar's a beautiful thing. Let's charge a premium, right? Because I actually want to be in business. I actually want to give them what they want. And I can do that and still save them a ton of money. So why wouldn't we charge them a premium? The problem is, these expert sales guys, negotiators, they negotiate the lowest possible red line. They aren't paying a premium. They aren't giving any space for a premium to exist. And then they're telling the homeowner it's a premium. And ripping them for $5-6 a watt, and they're just keeping the difference. It's like, oh, it's a premium service. We charge $5-6 a watt. No, you do, and you're making the installer do it for as cheap as possible, and leveraging your volume, whatever you're doing. I think that the higher you sell, give a portion of your profits to the EPC. They're going to be more motivated to install it. You're going to be more ethical as you sell high. You're like, I sell a premium so that our installer is going to be in business. It's like every single dollar we charge, like we're investing in your experience. And the end result of this is going to be, why do people make more money in pest control and solar, even though, right? Why do people make more money in pest control, even though solar pays better? How does that make sense? It's because they have a better base. They can grow year over year. They can build a team, right? Like there's way more power in a 3 to 5 year vision where you're going to have a team of 5, then 10, then 20, and security and pest control is not going away. That's why those guys are going to make way more money over 5 years than the solar guys that just chase the best market and try to make the most money as quickly as they can. And they never have something solid to build off of because they never stay with the same company, because they negotiate their company down to no money. Then their company goes bankrupt and they hop on with the next company that's going to pay them out for 4 or 5 months. And then they're going to have to rebuild everything. They lost all their trust. There's nothing more undermining to trust than pipeline money that never comes. So what you would need is a solid business model that really guarantees that that pipeline money is going to happen, right? What do I have? When I have $500,000 in receivables, what would I have needed to pay core? So they were like, man, we're going to do whatever it takes to keep this guy selling, right? What would if we get 20% of the profitability. So of that 300 grand, we're going to take 20% of that. I would have much rather had a $250,000 pipeline that actually got paid out, and how many times are we going to go through this cycle before we learn these lessons? And you guys should watch the videos, like, repeat the loop or the loop will repeat itself, right? Like, how many times are we going to go through this loop and freaking just demolish this industry until we're forced to regulate? It's like I'm pre-regulating. I'm ahead of the curve. Like, this is what Sunrun does. Sunrun takes a portion of all their sales runs profitability. They make more money. They stay in business. They're able to absorb some stuff. Like, why are they still in business now and everyone else has gone out of business? Because they're profitable and they make money. I've been doing this for 5 years. My plan and the reason that Bright House is going to be successful is not going to be an accident. It's not just me pulling something off the hip. It's going to be because we've thought about these things. We have a solution for them, and we're really passionate about the solution. And yeah, we only need a few sales guys. What's going to matter is once you're on board for a year or two, the receipts speak for themselves. It's not pipeline. It's not what you sold your first month. It's what you get paid. It's what hits your bank account. That's all that matters. And I promise you, if you buy into a program where you're actually taking care of the principles, we want to be equally yoked. When we win, we want our construction company to win. We want to be one company. We all win together, right? And when we succeed, then we can honor our warranties so we can feel good about what we're selling. So we're not lying, like, just in my opinion, if you're selling stuff as dirt cheap as possible, then you better be telling homeowners, I'm okay with it if you tell them the truth, which is, look, we're just paying for material and labor. Right, this is the cheapest possible price. You're going to kind of have to expect this guy to be out of business in 5 years. I could tell you they wouldn't be, but most of them would. I'm giving you the best possible price. If you want to say that, that's fine. But if you want to say, hey, we got the whole thing, we're going to take care of it, we got a plan for you, then to be synchronized, right, to not be lying and to be energetically aligned with that, you have to have a plan for that actually to be true.